Good morning guys, James here down in a very sunny Ocean Village. A little early start this morning to bring you something really cool. Now behind me here, this one is especially fresh back from Switzerland. She cruises up in the Baltic, fresh to the market. This is Cinderella Noel. Now she is a Sunseeker 116 yacht, delivered in 2019, privately owned, and we're very lucky to have her here with us this week in Southampton. She will be returning to Germany after the show, and it's an ideal opportunity for those of you interested in coming to see something like this. She is fresh to the market. Obviously Monaco Yacht Show starting next week. Be a host of super yachts coming onto the market, and this is a real golden opportunity. So we still build this yacht today, and forward delivery would now be into the 2026 season. And this is an ideal opportunity if you want to get on the water for the 2024 season. She is absolutely turnkey, ready to go. Fastidious, long-term Sunseeker owner. I've had smaller boats from us in the past, and we custom built this, one of the highest spec 116s that we've ever produced. Now I will actually cut in at the end of the video the full tech spec on hers. There's just so much to talk about. It won't be possible today to explain all of that to you, but we're going to have a full walk through the boat, a chance to check out all the engineering spaces, the unique accommodation layout on this one. So really excited to get going. So you can see this absolutely stunning dark blue paintwork on the hull. It's really hard to take the boat in full profile here, and I'm actually going to cut in a couple of shots from the recent photo shoot we've done. The boat winters ashore in an inside shed, would you believe, in Finland, and then she cruises through the summer months. She's done at 20,000 sea miles with the current owners, so hugely experienced all over the Baltic. But she is fully Mediterranean specified as well, so she quite happily head south and use her in the Adriatic or the Western Med, or dare I say even with some minor modifications off to do the Caribbean as well. So I mentioned earlier about the unique layout. This is actually configured as a 4-cabin boat. So we've got master up on the foredeck, forwards up there, which we'll have a look at when we get on board, and then 3 cabins downstairs rather than the standard 4. So that gives you 2 equivalent status owners' staterooms, and then 2 sort of guest cabins in the middle, and that's very versatile for a private owner of equal status. Maybe if you've got 2 couples that run the boat, it is a wonderful option. Now in the back here, we'd normally have a fully wet garage arrangement. The back lifts up. We'll have a look at that in just a sec. But on this particular yacht, given her location, she does in fact have a full custom sauna in the back. So that could all be turned back into a standard wet garage arrangement. They carry a 505 diesel jet tender on the platform here, but you can put up to a 565 and 2 Sea-Doo RXP jet skis in the wet garage if you so wish. So lots of different options in the back there. We could change even that cabin arrangement we just talked about if you wanted to go back to a 5-cabin layout. Such is the rarity of these coming onto the market, it will be very much a case of, if you like the rest of the spec, we can accommodate any changes to suit. So let's jump on board and check her out. Full natural teak decking, as you can see here. The boat, despite the fact we're going into the autumn season, at the end of a long summer's usage with the owner, she is absolutely immaculately kept. Full-time crew. On this particular one we have configured for 5. I'll just scan around here, try and give you a flavour of the aft deck arrangement here. Much the same as every classic Sunseeker in the smaller model range, other than we have a lot more seating here. Of course with the freestanding chairs that we talk about to give you this lovely big social space. You can see a little custom tweak on the back end here. We've got an extension to the canopy just to give better full height seating here, and I will even cut a picture in to show you what the back end looks like with the canopies up. Owners often sitting out here. We have a warm air heating system as well to make it usable all through the season. Now I'm just going to take you up on the deck above before we go inside, leave the shoes on. You can see on the back here some wing stations either side. So obviously with a centre bridge up in the middle of the boat, coming back in to dock, we've got rudder controls, throttle controls, and dare I say even up here, such as the custom spec on this boat, we've even got nav screens with camera monitoring. So you can see up on the top there, we've got a CCTV system here. We've got cameras up on the wings here facing forward to give full visibility, as often going into some quite tight ports. So there are two accesses up onto the flybridge deck. We can come up here directly from the cockpit, and then also direct access from the centre bridge here in the middle. Completely open aft deck. We have the jacuzzi up on the foredeck, which gives this lovely open arrangement. We can put the teak furniture out on the back here and clear it all away as required if you want to have a big open deck for entertaining parties, what have you. We've got the wet bar arrangement at the top of the stairs there, so easy serving. You can see some very custom things here, like the cover over the stairwell, and then that lovely painted hard top arrangement up top here. So this is a horizontal sun awning, as is quite normal on the larger Sunseekers. We've got a Sailor VSAT comm system up the top there, everything painted again for that very, very moody look. This is all deck mounted seating up here, so we could change anything if you so wish, but as you can see, a wonderful entertaining space. The centre section here on the table can be removed to have two slightly smaller tables, making access there a little easier depending on the number of guests on board. And then on this particular one, elected to go with the seating facing aft into the flybridge, as you can see. Just spin around and take in the enormity of the deck up here, and you can just imagine walking up, getting a drink. No bar stools on this, we could add them if you wished. We've got a fantastic griddle on the top there, and of course all the attributes you'd expect to see in here in terms of refrigeration and equipment for entertainment. Now we do actually have the external helm on this one as well. Not all of the 116s built have this. It can be just pure outdoor entertaining space, but I say very much an owner that likes to be involved with his crew. We have a full repeater set of all the kit there that we'll check out in a bit when we go down and see the bridge inside. Just look over the back here so you can see a shot down onto the platform before we head inside. I really could talk about this one all day. There is so much custom work that went into it. Say one of the highest spec 116s that we ever built. So let's head on inside, check her out in a little more detail. Now, as you can see, the doors are electric, custom change on there, so that's just going to reveal us into the aft end of the saloon here. So coming in through the doors, just stand back in the corner, chance to take this all in. It is a sunny day here, so we're letting a little bit of natural light in. We have the sliding patio doors, as you can see, either side there, to the glass walks outside, so a lot of natural light that comes in here. The wood is a very dark Venge here, coming on the camera with a gloss finish, and it is absolutely beautiful. Having not spent time down in the Mediterranean in the heat, it has been kept very, very nicely indeed, no milkiness. The boat does honestly present almost as new. So she's built to LY3. We're around 1,750 hours on the engines and around between 1,750 and 1,800 hours on the generators. We've got two, of course, on board to run all of the mechanical systems. So lots of custom changes. This is a blank deck up here, very much to the owner's taste. So we've got some freestanding furniture, as you can see in the aft end here. There's a relaxation area, TV on the forward bulkhead there. We're on LG OLED TVs throughout on this with a big AV system. You can see the iPads and what have you there on the dining table. Just spinning around so you can take in all the different finishes. Lots of use of LED lighting as always. You can see the feature lights up in the pelmets there. We've got a mixture of Roman blinds and the curtains on the patio doors there. Some lovely table lamps on the side. Boat's been decluttered from most of the owner's personal kit prior to commencing marketing, so she is pretty much now, other than the last few personal items, ready for the next owner as you see her. So we've got two accesses going forward. This takes us to the cabins, and then this side takes us into the fully commercial galley setup. So as you come in, you see we've got some prep area here, some wine fridges. Everything is obviously high traffic in this zone, so very clean and clinical, easy to look after. There is of course direct access into this from the crude space here, and there is actually a door that takes you through into the guest accommodation for easy serviceability from the cruise perspective. 3 fridges, we've got a freezer in here as well, all commercial grade units, and as you can see, a double width oven and a multitude of different burners on that top. So direct access across here, as we said, laundry facilities here, as well as the option to do that down in the crew space at the back. So we're met with a day heads over here on the starboard side. A nice little window there, give you a view. That's facing backwards into the dining area, and then we come forward into the master stateroom. So as we saw, we're on the main deck still, so we haven't had to go down to the decks below, and we have, for those of you with plenty of clothing on board, a number of full walk-in wardrobes here. So one here as you first come in through the door, and then a lovely one over there as well. Windows, it's hard to take in here alongside the hotel in Ocean Village, but we have floor-to-ceiling glass, you can see, running right through both sides of the cabin here, and you can see we've got blackout blinds here over currently on the port window. Giant centerline bed there with the accented LED lighting beneath. You can see we've got wood floors throughout on this, again to the owner's very personal taste. Boat getting to that stage for the second owner, say if they want to make any changes, she's in the ideal place to do that here, close to the Sunseeker shipyards. So we have the standard configuration with a sofa there over on that starboard side, and the desk come vanity station here over on the port. Again, as we mentioned, the big AV kit with that centre mount TV arrangement. And there's the further walk-in wardrobe that we mentioned earlier. I'm very warm under feet actually, because we've got a full underfloor heating system here that actually goes through into the garage sauna at the back as well. You've got the centre walk-in shower arrangement here with a his and hers sink. Over on this side you can see things like the heated towel rails and what have you. We have the loo with a view. And then as we come back out of the cabin, come a little bit further, and let's head on down and check out the guest accommodation below. So say this one is really custom, as we would normally have 4 cabins down here, and this one is actually a 3. So we've got in this space where there would typically be 2 double bed cabins with an offset comes out the corner on these as standard. We have this secondary VIP stateroom. I'll try and stand back in a corner here so you can just see how that works. But if you do have 2 couples of, say, sort of equivalent status on the boat, it is a fantastic option. Very, very quiet down here. So we could take this entire area out if you wanted to and turn it back into a 5-cabin boat, but I think for me this is going to end up back with another buyer who is wanting to run exactly as she is configured now. So again, lots and lots of storage. This boat would be ideal for my wife with the number of wardrobes it has on board. Again, one big one here. We've got one over this side. You see all the automatic lights coming on as we wander around. And then over here at the back, we have a bathroom with, that's right, a bath. They've still got the rain shower up in the roof there, but something a little different, I say. So we come forward to the much more standardised configuration for these two guest cabins, and we have the twin bed arrangement. Just stand back in the middle here. They slide on the tracks on the floor, and then we can move the bedside unit to the centre line there, and then you've got the option to turn it into a double bed. Some lovely detailing, these lights, sort of mussel shells there up on the bulkhead, and then their own, of course, ensuite arrangement here facing aft. And then we come across the lobby here, and this one is almost mirror image again. As an option, if you wanted to retrofit it, you could stick two Pullman beds onto each of these centerline bulkheads here to give you back a little bit more in the way of berthing if you thought that was ever required. These are the Eberspacher heating control panels that you can see for all of the warm air system throughout the boat. Obviously using that Baltic cruising, very, very important. So around here, let's go up to the main bridge. We obviously saw the access in earlier from the flybridge deck here. But what a sight. Looks like it's playing slight havoc there on my camera with the frame rate, but you can see the vast CCTV system there. We've got some monitoring systems there for things like fuel tanks. Let's just jump up in the helm seat, and you can see exactly the view from the captain's seat. So navigation system here, it's Furuno kit on this particular one. We've got an autopilot control built into the helm here. We've got a trackball for controlling the screens, as well as things like the comm system there over on the starboard side. We've got all our proportional hydraulic thrusters, and you can see the engine controls in the middle. This is the autopilot system, the FLIR camera, and all of the Sailor VSAT system over there on the port side. It is an exquisite helm, obviously plenty of sea miles enjoyed here from the captain and crew, and very much a commercial working area. So let's head on back to the deck, stick some shoes on, and we'll go up onto the bows. Okay, so we're coming up the starboard deck now onto the bows. Obviously some of the current generation yachts are moving into the asymmetric arrangement. These were built conventional with access up here from either side. And this is a cracking place to spend time at anchor, chilling out. So you've got, of course, the pole arrangement there for the sail canopy awning system, but we've got seating, sunbathing galore, and of course the spa bath there in the centre. Look at those triple Kahlenberg compressor horns up there. Just scan up top there, you can see the two searchlights. There's a big control for those on the main bridge, and you can see the FLIR camera up the top there, just beneath the radars. We have a bosun's locker up. We're not going to open it this morning, the guys are just getting the boat ready for the day, but we've got bosun's locker up here forward, and you can see all the working deck here with the anchor chain plates coming down through the hull, and you've got the deck mounted winches beneath us. So let's head back down this side. This is like a lift up gull-wing door here that takes us into the bridge inside. We've got a side access boarding ladder here as well. There's a door on both sides of the decks actually, and then let's have a quick look in the crew space and we'll finish off in the engine room. Now you can get into the engine room either off that port deck, there's a side door there, or here directly off the bathing platform. So door cantilever there, you can see opening up and feel the warmth from the underfloor heating. I'm just trying to stand back here so you can see how this beach club come sauna area has been created. So we have a synthetic deck in here, and then this is a custom module in here for the sauna itself. Pop that open. You can see how well this is finished. Beautiful, beautiful system. For those of you that enjoy that. So this area without the sauna arrangement in would have the tender in here standard, and then we'd have the two at a squeeze, one comfortably but two at a squeeze RXP jet skis in here. But you can see with this one we've got loads and loads of space here into the beach club style, finished off with the Diamante fabrics on the wall. You have to apologise for the flickering on the camera in here. The LED lighting is playing havoc with the sensor. We have the beautiful teak cupboards over here on the outboard side there, and around the back here you can see a window on that sauna arrangement. We still have the standard door there to the garage, so we can pop the whole back of the boat up as required. So we come forward, let's finish off in the engine room. So we have this working deck space here, as we mentioned earlier with the laundry. There was that secondary set down in the crew space before we went down the stairs. We have the full water maker arrangement here. We've got power packs, hydraulic systems and what have you down the back there. All the best of the best in terms of commercial grade machinery. So these are 2,650 horsepower 16V MTU engines. They're the largest engines we can fit into these, and these do actually get up and go pretty well. I'm going to cut some stats in at the end of the video to give you a little bit more say on this particular one. You can see the owner has even upgraded the rocker covers there to these stunning chrome rocker box tops, just to give a little bit of bling in here. But considering the boat has done nearly 20,000 sea miles, she is absolutely immaculate. So additional hot water tank here for the jacuzzi system. You can see them up the top there. If we come around this side, you can see the outboard generators. So they're reading about 1,800 hours, I believe. Water treatment plants and lots of hydraulic packs and general kit in here needed to run a yacht of this size. So as promised, here are the vital facts and figures. We've gone through the pages as we are currently advertising her. These are just the main highlighted over of the standard spec for the custom options on this particular boat, running into many pages. Now, we didn't have a chance to see into the crew space today as there's still a working area with the crew on board, but you can see immaculately finished to a very, very high standard. Say crew very close to the owners on this one, and you can see configured with the 5. In total, we have 2 twin bed bunk cabins and then a single for the captain, and of course all en suite. And then to finish off, I have also included the general arrangement drawings, or the GAs as we refer to them, and that just gives you an idea of the working deck space. If you pause on each of these images, it should hopefully unblur and you'll be able to see the finer detail. So there you have it. That was a really, really exciting one for us this morning. If you are serious about something like this, I would highly recommend getting in touch, because I do honestly don't think she's going to be around for very long. Very, very customised. She is beautifully kept, and I think as close as you'll get to a new yacht without that extended build time to create something from scratch. My contact details, as always, it's james@sunseekersouthampton.com, or the mobile's +44 7747 686 587. I hope you've enjoyed looking around with us this morning. and check back soon for a little bit more here on the channel.